This week, we talked to the second member of the Sessions family that we had a chance to visit over the summer. Deborah had an accident at work in April 2016.
I live in Mobile, Alabama. I'm married, have 16 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. So I'm a teacher. I'm pretty active. I like to be active. I like to go places, do things, and stay active. I had an accident at school in my back from L2 to S1. Both sides collapsed. The pain is excruciating. I fractured the vertebrae. Couldn't sleep, couldn't move, couldn't do normal housework, functions, standing, sitting, cooking. Everything hurts. Everything hurts all the time. My pain was mostly in my lower back. And then it started, I started having like electrical volts. I'd say the only way I can explain it, like I was being electrocuted down my left leg to right above my knee. That started later on. That wasn't a right away thing. That started later on. And I also started having jabbing up above my thigh, like somebody jabbing a knife there. But both of those things started much later.
Knowing the severity of her case, Deborah quickly met with local orthopedic surgeons in her area, but she didn't agree with their conclusions for a treatment plan.
I went to 2 different orthopedic doctors, and both of those doctors wanted to put screws and plates and possibly 3 to 4 rods in my back. And there was no way I was going to do that. No way. I've got family. And I also have friends who have plates and screws and rods, and they've always had nothing but just terrible pain. My brother-in-law, Bill Sessions, he was the first one in the Sessions family to come to see Dr. Bonati. He had hurt his neck and had gotten to where his arm and hand was going numb. And one of his sisters actually started getting on the internet and searching. And she came across Dr. Bonati, and his reviews were astounding, just astounding. Bill came, and Dr. Bonati fixed him. So Debbie Lee came, his wife came, and he fixed her. And to me, that was a godsend, because he had already been through that and was told all of us what Dr. Bonati had done for him, and Debbie Lee told us, so I knew I wanted to send my MRIs. I called and got all my information so that she would meet with Dr. Bonati. And as a team, he and his team would look at my information. You hear, okay, a doctor will call you or someone will be calling you. But when I actually got the phone call from Dr. Bonati, I was shocked, because this is today, the way things are in the medical field and everything today, who calls, what doctors call. You know, it's just not part of their protocol. They have someone that does it. But Dr. Bonati called me and he talked to me at length, and I told him what had been suggested to me to have done. And he said, well, I'll tell you, he said, you can go that route if you want to. And I'd even been told to do epidurals, you know, that kind of thing. And he explained to me that that's just a Band-Aid. And he said, but, you know, I can fix you. He said, I've looked at your MRIs. I can fix you.
Having witnessed firsthand the results of her family members' successes at the Bonati Spine Institute, Deborah and her husband set off on a road trip to the Tampa Bay area.
When I first came to the Bonati Institute, I was impressed with how it looked. And then you're greeted at the front door. He's so professional, but yet he's so warm and personal. You don't get that at a doctor's office, you know, and especially not most orthopedic centers. You walk in and there's 100 people that they all have the same appointment that you do, the same time, and they just get to you whenever they're finished with somebody else. But everything is individualized. And when they took me back to the room, they took all my vitals, and Dr. Bonati came in a little while with my MRIs, and he puts them up on his screen, and he circles everything that he's going to do. Then he took a skeleton and he explained to me everything that he was going to do. And then asked me, what questions do you have? He took all the time that I needed. And also my husband. My husband had questions. He wanted to know. And he explained everything and answered his questions too.
Deborrah's unique case has required multiple procedures because she had 6 levels of issue, including all levels of her lumbar spine. Bonati patients are conscious during their procedures, providing crucial feedback to the surgical staff about what they feel. Because the patented Bonati spine procedures are targeted and performed incrementally, patients can regain their strength, movement, and feel the decreased pain immediately following their outpatient surgery.
Dr. Bonati does ask you questions. He wants to know where the pain is, which side, which leg. He wants you to communicate with him so that he can fix what's wrong while you're right there on the table. Instead of going through what most normal doctors do, you get up, you go through recovery, you go through physical therapy, and then you're hurting. And they're not going to put you back up on the table after all of that. So I love it that he can communicate with me right there, and I can tell him exactly where it hurts. I would say to anyone that's hurting, or if you've had an accident and you're suffering, why would you stay in pain when there's someone like this that you can do research on, or you've had someone that you know? And from what I understand, Dr. Bonati is known worldwide. I have met people from all over the world here, some amazing people that their stories have been unbelievable. Why wouldn't you try? And I have talked to so many family members and friends and sent people down here and told them, you have nothing to lose. Send an MRI. There's no cost to it. They look at it, and if Dr. Bonati cannot help you, he'll tell you. He's honest, he's upfront. He's not one that, oh yeah, I can do that, and then you come out worse than you were when you went in. I have felt tremendous relief with each procedure. I know for a fact that it's fixed. I have to say this at this point, and if I cry, please forgive me. Fear is a terrible thing, but it would go through my mind that I've had, you have doctors say, I can't do anything for you. There's nothing else I can do. Of course, I prayed and asked God, please show Dr. Bonati what to do. And Dr. Bonati said, I'm going to find out what's wrong. He looked at my MRIs and he said, I'm going to fix this. And he did. He did. I had a bone that was protruding and a nerve was caught up underneath that bone. And he fixed it. And he didn't give up on me. He didn't give up on me. And I love him for it. I do. I can't thank him enough.